There was these young teens, like dozens or hundreds of young teens, just pretty much going crazy in the streets. There's footage of it. Yeah, there's one in New York of them looting in some jewelry store. All you're doing is proving Esau's point that you Jays can only do shit by being criminals. Why do you do something upright and noble? Stand out here in the streets of Babylon and cuss these devils out in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's right. Cut them to the soul, man. Let them know that they're going into slavery for how you led us into slavery. Let them know that you and your children will pay for the crimes that you have done to us. You will not go off scot-free. The scriptures tell you so. So it says, but mighty through the Most High to the putting down of strongholds. What's the stronghold? The modern day Christianity, modern day Roman Catholicism. That's a stronghold over the minds of our people. The blonde hair, blue-eyed image that you call the Messiah, that's a stronghold over the minds of our people. I was in the Victoria the other day because I work around those areas doing drop-offs on my motorbike. I was at McDonald's, sitting in McDonald's waiting for orders, and these two sisters were sitting down next to me, and they believe in, Christianity, but now they got these like little pictures that they must have printed off the internet of the white Jesus and everything. And I was, yeah, Caesar Borgia. Well, I think some people even just pronounce it Kaiser Borgia. But you know what I'm talking about, Caesar Borgia. He was a son of Rodrigo Borgia, of the Borgia family that existed during the 14th century. Right? That man, Caesar Borgia, I believe it was Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah. Leonardo da Vinci was his lover, man. was his lover. I'm paying pictures of him in commemoration of him and their love affair. And that was the media back then, because they didn't have Hollywood.
They didn't have TV. Just going to get paintings. Yeah.
They didn't have TV, right? Didn't have Hollywood back then. Didn't have film directors and all of that, studios. Special effects, light, camera, act. They didn't have all that. So they had artwork. Yeah. Right? They had artwork. And that's how they distributed their lives. And that's a stronghold. See, when Esau went around the world colonizing and enslaving, what did he bring with him? The image of the white Jesus, man. To conquer the very minds of our people, man. And this is why it's so far-fetched when we tell them that, listen, man, the real Messiah, the real Messiah of the scriptures is an actual black man. It's us. It was us. It's so far-fetched. And not the first thing our people say, color doesn't matter. That's how deep the lies has deeply ingrained in our people. But again, that's our Esau taking advantage of that, the sottish nature of our people, that simplistic mind frame of our nation, that docile state. And that's how he lead us into that graveyard, man, that pit. That pit he dug for us. Because it's very much you enslave a man, but he'll keep on revolting and revolting. But if you can conquer that man's mind, if you can captivate his mind, you can control the motherfucker, man. That's right. You can control him. Right? You can control this, educate them. That's why Esau knows to target the children. You infiltrate the minds of the children and their generation. Then you will have everlasting control and power over them. If you can control what they're learning.
Yeah.
And what are our people learning? Lies. What's it called? Primary school, secondary school, college, and university. It's called the educational food system.
Yeah, the national curriculum they call it. Yeah.
Curriculum.
You get about a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I'm about. Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm alright. Yeah.
You still brothers or not brothers?
See?
You don't remember me, innit? You don't remember me, innit?
Yeah, you're familiar. I don't remember you exactly. Where's it? It's in Camberwell.
Yeah, memory though, innit?
Camberwell.
See you around.
Yeah.
It's like, let's talk about the girls in McDonald's with the picture says me.
Yeah, exactly. And I felt, I did actually said, I said, Jesus is black. But you can tell that they're simple. You know how people, they're very, information is too much for them. It's too, information and knowledge is too high for them, man. So they don't understand. You know? It doesn't resonate with them. Because these are older sisters. These are elderly sisters. So you know, elderly sisters, the older generation, it's more difficult for them to accept information. It's new wine to them. And they prefer the old. They prefer the old, man.
Yeah, the old bottles.
Yeah, they're the old bottles. You get what I'm saying? So they carry that picture of Caesar boys there. You know what I mean? That's the devil.
Yeah.
They believing in that devil. That's an idol. That's the actual man that existed. That's not no later than a couple centuries ago, man. Right? And we're breaking that down. We're destroying it down. It's time to love yourself. It's time to love your hair. It's time to love the broadness of your nose. It's time to love the thickness of your lips. It's time to love the complexion of your melanin. It's time to love your afro. It's time to love yourself when you see us out here in these streets. And you so-called white people, it's time for you to hate yourselves. It's time. Right? It is time. Right? It's time for love. This is love. This is all people saying, oh, we're hate. That's a hate group. That's a love group. We're here to share love, man. We're here to share that the prophecy, true knowledge and understanding, right? The gospel, the good news. This is good news. The truth. But unfortunately, the truth does what? It hurts.
That's right. Reset.
So your feelings might get hurt when we open up our mouth, but this is the definition of love. Shalom. All right.
You are teaching the Bible.
Yes,
Lord.
Lord.
I have one question. Shall I answer it in English? Where are you from?
Well, born here. Well, my parents are like Jamaican,
You are Ethiopian like me.
Ethiopian. Yeah. You know that Ethiopia, like Kush. We're trying to say that up with the Israelites. With the Israelites.
I want to ask you, when you preach like that,
It doesn't matter about whether they're convinced or not. There's only a few of our people who believe. The majority of them, we're here to condemn them. Yeah, see these words. These words condemn them.
The dad was listening to like dog not now, but when I went there once when I'm Catholic. Taking a of the Lord in my church. And when you pass the security, you have to show everything. So they especially that and that. Open my door. And you saw that. Mom, is it your husband? I said, no. It's Jesus. Oh, on the floor. Anyway, I saw four cigarettes. But the only way that you attract people, oh, now instead of saying, God is here, no.
You don't understand us. This ministry isn't for everybody. Because it's only for a specific people. King James. Yeah. Hold on, this is let me get Matthew. Listen, this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 9. So Jesus said, "Walk." Commanding, saying, "Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans, and do not. But go rather to the Lord of the household of Israel."
After four, but now you are 2,000 years after this world, of course, it will never be modified, but and he said, love your enemy. Love your enemy. How possible we love your enemy? It's written.
Yes.
So they come to the Lord. Go to these people and tell them, I came to tell you good news, the love of Jesus Christ, the help of Jesus Christ. So you are not going that if you stand here and you tell them, you have seen there, this guy. So humble,
First Thessalonians 5 and verse 19. Quench not the spirit.
Yeah, that's
And 1 Corinthians, what is that? I suffer not the woman to teach, not to usurp authority.
So
You've got no business coming up here talking.
That's right. I know, but even you're going off because I know, but I'm saying Roman Catholicism, that's based off of the idea that Jesus is white, Mary was white, baby Jesus, and it's not true. Wait. You said that you were showing a picture of Jesus. You said they checked your first picture of Jesus. He was white. He's white. The picture is a white man. Jesus.
You know why I kept it?
Wait. No. Listen. But it's like you listen. That picture is a white man.
Is Jesus a pepper?
No, but I'm saying that Jesus.
Jesus is not
Yeah, no, but that picture of Jesus is a picture of a white man, right?
I'm beyond that white.
There's a
Just answer the question, man. Just answer the question. Stop tap dancing.
Is it true? Is it true? Exactly. So we're trying to say that what you're showing is a lie. Because that's not Jesus. That's a man called Caesar Borgia. He lived during the 1400s. You don't know that, because if you knew that, you wouldn't be in Roman Catholicism. You wouldn't be a Roman Catholic.
My dear, I will
You know that's not the truth.
You know why I kept that picture?
We're going to move on. We're
Because of the name.
We're not getting it.
Because of the name.
We're not getting it.
Jesus.
I got that. Anyway, but the scripture does say, you're going to teach others that are able to teach others, man. You ain't going to teach no one.
But it's the spirit that she came up because what she's talking about, walking around with that picture of Jesus.
Exactly.
And you were just talking about that.
You proved the point. You proved what I was talking about. That's even imprinted in the minds of other nations, man. That's why over there in East India, there's a caste system. Literally a caste system. And the more dark you are, is the lower you are in that society. And the more light-skinned you are, the light-skinned ones are in high positions. They're in the higher class of people. You know what I mean? And that goes even anywhere in the world, man, over there in the different Hispanic countries. There's always light-skinned presidents, light-skinned politicians. And all the dark-skinned ones are all like lower down, lower tier. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like a global phenomenon that being more lighter-skinned is associated to a higher class. When really, that's nothing more further than the truth than that. Alright? Because the Lord, Yahweh Shai, he's coming back to set the tone, man.
Yeah?
Dark skin. Right?
Dark skin.
And afros, wide noses, thick lips, all of that.
Yeah.
That's going to be put back in the earth, man.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
You devils, you're going to be like the lower, right? It's going to be like how it is in the beginning. But now it says 2 Corinthians 10 and 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, as I was going into. But mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. Because again, Roman Catholicism, that's a stronghold. Right? The American dream, that's a stronghold. The future of this European system, this European Union system, that's another stronghold over the minds of the people. We're telling them that it's going to be destroyed. There's going to be a new system, a righteous system. So again, we're pulling down these lies, just like how Jacob was held Esau's heels. He pulled him down. So we're doing like the more spiritual thing of what we would later on do physically. Because we're physically going to pull down Esau. We're physically going to tread him underfoot. Okay, we're going to tread down the wicked. Do you believe there should be a judgment for this? Yeah, nothing to say about that, man. He heard me very clear. I wasn't speaking Chinese.
Yeah. You have to get down the road, man.
You know? Yeah. So so Jacob held the heel of Esau, putting him down physically, showing you that because your feet, that's the end of your body. Your head, that's the first motherfucker that comes out.
Yeah.
On the map boy. It's your head. So your feet is the last. So we're gonna be the end of the so-called white man, starting with Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is going to end Esau's reign. Wicked and long rulership. Our Messiah is going to return from the firmament and what you call UFOs. You call them unidentifiable flying objects. These are identifiable. These are the chariots of the Heavenly Father. And they're going to invade planet Earth.
That's right.
And bring destruction to it. And end the so-called white man's reign. This is biblical and it's all prophecy. Okay. What does it say? It says oh, that's in Romans, isn't it? Romans. It says 1 Corinthians chapter 16, no, Romans chapter 16, excuse me. Romans chapter 16, verse 20. And the God of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. The grace of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach be with you. Amen. Yeah, again. And the God of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly. Right. And who's Satan? Who's the physical counterpart? Who's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan? That's the so-called white people. We're going to bruise Satan under our feet. We're going to be the end of you. Starting with Yahweh Shai. Right? Because it all starts with the spirit. Like the Most High was the spirit, and then the Most High gave the order, he gave the word for the physical earth to be formed. You see that? So it all starts with the spirit. The world that you don't see controls the world that you do see. So we're destroying this devil and his rulership spiritually. And our words that we're uttering will come into physicality. That's even a damn word. It will come into fruition. Inevitably, man. When Yahweh Shai cracks them clouds. What's it, so Genesis 25, verse 25, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. You know, that's why they call it like the Achilles heel.
Yes.
Right, the Achilles heel. Right, so where the Achilles, where the weak spot of Esau. So that's Esau's main insecurity, is the so-called black man.
Yep.
That's why you watch us. Well, why don't you watch us for? We're just niggas in the ghetto with our pap setting. Why you put so much emphasis on us? Because you know that we're your main threat.
We're the ones that are going to bring him down.
We're the ones that are going to bring you down. And your elites know this. Right?
That's why they put in overtime to keep Jake down.
Yeah. Overtime. You want to put AIDS and all manner of sicknesses in our community, defile our food, teach us lies.
Targeting us with a pot shop.
Right? Yeah. Targeting us for your JAB. Right? Put us on the front cover of your interracial movement of dating.
Yeah.
You don't put the East Indians or the Chinese there. You always put Jacob,
Yeah.
right? Because you're trying to breed us out. You're trying to make us of no remembrance. What else do? You destroy our music industry. You set up little devil Jakes as influential icons over our people, influential figureheads.
And they pick the most deplorable and effeminate of us.
So yeah, you try to effeminize our sons and make our women masculine. You gave feminism to our women. And so much more. Right. So what's that? It's lucky. Let's see. So it says Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. You read that again. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So who's the end of Esau's reign? Jacob, man. And believe it or not, when we get into power, it's going to be an everlasting reign, an everlasting rulership. And all the nations that we had once in slavery, because you know when we gain power, we're going to enslave all nations, man. But after a 1,000-year period, we'll give them land, but there still will be subjection under us, and they're going to be in full support of our rulership. When they see the joy that comes along with our reign, it would be better that we had been in power than the so-called white men. You know what I mean? We'll tell stories of how the wicked were in power and the people were uproaring and oppressed, and the food is rotten, and the women were as men and the men were as women. We'll tell stories and the people will be like, wow, it's better that Israel is in power.
Right.
And they'll be praising us.
Really well.
They'll be saying, yeah, look, how do we seek your God? How do we seek your knowledge? That's even prophecy. That the nations will actually do that. They're going to throw away their idols. And they're going, let's go to the mountain of the living God. Let's seek out the God of Jacob, man. They're actually going to do that. So better is the end, man, than what you see right now. And we're trying to paint that picture for our people. Let's say, listen, try to visualize it. Try to visualize this kingdom.
It's too high for them.
Because all you can see is what you see all around you. You think that this man's house will continue forever, and it won't.
Proverbs 29 verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And he that keeps the law happy to see.
See? That's right, break it down.
Yeah, because you were saying we're trying to impart this vision onto our people through these words. You know, you really have to be able to visualize the scriptures, to put it into your mind in order to understand it. But the Most High has blinded these people to where they can't get the vision. What does it say? Where there is no vision, the people perish. The scriptures also say that he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain. Scriptures also say, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So what we're doing right now is we're prophesying unto our people who are in a dead state. This is why it's over Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, prophesying to these dry bones and see if they can live.
Right.
Now those of our people who are of the elect, they'll hear these words and they're going to take on its wisdom, and they'll be made quickly in spirit and come back to life. No, but the rest of them who don't hear this, they're going to stay dead. Spiritually, then physically they're going to get taken out when the Hashai comes.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. So Job chapter 8, verse 7. Job chapter 8, verse 7. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. Read that again. For though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should greatly increase. Right. Because our beginning was small. A mustard seed. A mustard seed. You know how small a mustard seed is? You can't see that motherfucker.